Hello girlfriends, welcome to my channel. A special welcome if you are new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me. I post curly hair content every Friday and I post lifestyle content on Monday, so I'd love to have you join me for either or both of those. And now let's get into the content specifically that we're doing today. We are doing a this or that video. And in this type of video, I look at different categories of products. So I look at like gels or mousses or creams or leave-ins, different things like that. And I compare two different products. I look at what I like or what I don't like about each product. And ultimately, I try to determine which one I like the best. So it's kind of a little bit of a game for me just to see, which one outperforms. It's not to say that the other one isn't good necessarily, because today I have two products that I like both of them individually. I've tried them both individually. I like them, but I think that they have some similarities. I've not tested them side by side before, so I'm not really sure. But just from using them in the past, I thought, these might be very comparable. So let's take a look at these products. We have two foams. We have the Design Essentials, the Almond and Avocado Curl Enhancing Mousse. And then we have the Rizo's Curls Curl Defining Mousse. So we're going to be looking at both of these. I know both of them call themselves a mousse. But honestly, guys, the way that they come out, the texture that they come out is more of a foam consistency. So I will be referring to them interchangeably, mousse and foam, because of what's in the title, but also because of their consistency. So just keep that in mind throughout this video. But let's dive into the first product. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at the two products side by side, get an idea for what the consistency is and for what a foam is supposed to do for your hair. A hair foam or styling mousse is a lightweight, airy styling product designed to add volume, boost shine, and provide flexible hold without causing heavy buildup. It is commonly used on damp hair to define curls, create juicy curl clumps, or provide root lift, and can be used to refresh. The main texture difference in a foam versus a mousse is foams are generally airier, lighter, and sometimes runnier than mousses. Alright, I've already kind of re-wet my hair down on my left side and kind of clipped my right side, so I hopefully don't snag that at all when I'm brush styling. But we're going to go in with the Design Essentials Almond Avocado Mousse first. This 10-ounce retails for $16.99. It's formulated with sweet almond oil and vitamin B to provide curl quenching moisture, curl definition, and the ultimate frizz control, while wheat protein penetrates the hair cuticle for stronger, healthier looking hair and leaves gorgeous natural sheen. This formula is essential for waves, curls, and coils seeking a soft and pliable hold without the crunch and flake-free styling. The directions say to apply to wet hair and comb or finger through into a desired style. Allow the hair to air dry naturally or use a diffuser to set curls. The mousse will disappear as it dries. Alright, now it has been a while since I've used this product, but I do remember really enjoying it when I did use it. And I did use it as a single styler before as well. So both of these products I have used as single stylers. So I have an idea of what my hair might be like, but like I said, it's been a while. And so let's give this a try. I found it interesting that it said that here's the consistency. I found it interesting that it said that the mousse will disappear as it dries. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of like a smoothness to it. And I recently did a video, what one was it? I think it was the Camille Rose video where the foam had like a similar consistency, and I didn't remember about this one being this consistency before. So you know what, I think I might have gotten too much, because I do want to go in and like brush style some in, but I also want to maybe go in and after I brush styled, I want to go in and microplop and put a little bit more in, I'm thinking. So I do have most of it off my hands though now at this point. All right, there might be a little bit product on my hands, but not much. It's mainly like in between my fingers. So I'm just gonna wipe some of that extra off now at this point. It has a really nice scent to it. I'm not sure, I'm just gonna say like a perfume scent, but it's very sweet smelling and I really enjoy it. All right, good. Like disperse this with my Tangle Teezer. Yeah, you guys, I think I did it again. This is one thing I struggle with mousse and foam, is I think I tend to easily go in with too much. If I was doing my whole head of hair with two pumps, it would have been fine to do that. And then, like go in and microplop and then go in with more, but it feels pretty coated. I'm actually going to plop some of it out right now. When I go in with the next product, we're going to try to be more aware of how much I'm going in with. Okay, now, because I did do that, I'm also going to go in and re-wet my hair a little bit. You can see like it's like really forming my hair right now. My hair is in a special state right now. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but she's really clumping. It's not curling just yet because I haven't like worked to form that, but I'm just going to kind of brush that water through again. All right, I'm dividing my hair up into smaller sections than I normally would if I was just doing like the entirety of my hair in one styler. But this part down here, you guys have heard me complain about this. It always stays drier than like the rest of my hair. And some of you have thought it has been like buildup and possibly lower porosity. I think I've heard more people talk about buildup. You guys, I went in with a clarifying shampoo. I scrubbed that area. I think I've mentioned this before. Like, I've really worked on that area and nothing I do seems to help it as far as retaining the moisture. So I'm just gonna go with the fact that it might be lower porosity. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I can obviously make it work for me. I just usually have to go in and re-wet it and kind of like really work it into my strands a little bit more. So, like I said, not the end of the world, but okay. So I'm not having any drag with this product really. It's not like super slippery, I wouldn't say. It doesn't give extra glide, I don't feel like, but I also don't feel like there's really any extra tug or pull to my hair, which sometimes I have gotten that with mousse or foams, and that's something that I'm always like, you know, very cognizant of because no one wants that. No one wants to be like feeling like they're pulling their hair out while they're brush styling it. Interestingly, I do feel like I have to go in with a little bit more water than sometimes I do with products. Like sometimes, you know, you can wet the part of your hair and just brush style and not have to keep feeling like you have to re-wet each section. But I have felt like I had to re-wet some of my sections here as I go. So that's just something to note. I do like to style on very soaking wet hair, like maybe not necessarily dripping, but very, very wet because it just helps my curls clump better. If I don't do that, I tend to get more stringy looking curls, and that's just really not the look I'm going for. I know it was kind of more difficult to see how the hair was looking when I was doing the brush styling in the back, so now we're getting so that we can start to see it a little bit better here. Of course, I flip it in the back, so I guess maybe not too much. Let me get this face framing piece here done, and then I will bring it forward, just kind of rake my fingers through it to break up extra large curl clumps and scrunch some. I do have another section on top that I need to be doing as well, need to brush style, but I thought maybe this would give us a little bit of idea. You know what, let me just go ahead and brush style the top section too off camera, and I will come back and I'll show you as I'm like scrunching the whole thing because I think it'll just give us a better view. All right, so now I'm scrunching the entirety of my left side of hair together with the Design Essentials mousse, almond and avocado mousse. You know, I said that scent was sweet and perfumed. Like, it doesn't smell like almond or avocado really, but I don't know, I like it. I can still smell it even as I brushed it in. I don't think it's like overly strong or powerful, but I do like it. Okay, the top is looking a little funny here. Hopefully I'm not like creating more frizz. Let me just kind of smooth that down a little bit. I am going to let this go for now, but I might go back and microflop and add more product like after I've done the other side. So I know that's not normally how I do it, but then I'm thinking if I do that way, then they'll be more consistent because this one's going to be drying some as I'm working on this side. Does that matter to you? Probably not, but I'm just explaining. So let me go clean my brushes and wash my hands, and I'll go start applying the product on the other side. All right, now it's time to take a look at the Rizo's Curls Curl Defining Mousse. This 6.8 ounce retails for $23. It says our curl defining mousse is proven to enhance definition and deeply hydrate. This lightweight styling foam styles hair without weighing it down. It controls frizz, boosts shine, and enhances your hair's natural texture. Made with 96% naturally derived ingredients, including cactus flower extract, maracuja oil, red algae, and coconut water that were carefully selected to make your hair healthier with every use. This nourishing formula is infused with fortifying nutrients and vitamins and antioxidant protection. The directions say to shake well and dispense 1 to 2 pumps into hand. A little goes a long way. Rake through hair and scrunch. So I find it interesting that it says to shake, because I have been told, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing Mains by Mel say you don't have to shake foams. Actually, you shouldn't shake foams, but shake like an aerosol type of mousse. And so I didn't shake this before, but here we are shaking it now. All right. Like I said, I think that's why I remember hearing from Mains by Mel, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's put a pump here. Let's go in with a pump and a half. Okay, pump and a half. Once again, a very foam-like consistency. The bubbles stay, or the foam stays. It doesn't have quite as serum-y of a feeling, but slightly, like kind of. Like there's smoothness to it, there's slip to it. But it's maybe not like quite as much as I remember having with the Design Essentials. Okay, you guys, I don't want to add any more product in my hair. 1 pump was probably good enough. So I'm gonna wipe that extra off my hands now at this point. Take my Tangle Teezer and distribute that. I can definitely feel the product in my hair. Ooh, I should have gone in with less, guys. I should have gone in with less. A little goes a long way. They were right. A little goes a long way. What was I thinking? Will I ever learn? Apparently not with foams. I've been doing this for how long? You know, I've had curly hair. Like I've worn my hair curly all my life, really, except for like the occasional straightening. And I used to use mousse more than foams. Like I never really used a foam. I used the same products before. I've talked about this, and I've actually tried to recreate my old routine. But oh my, okay. I've been doing these videos though for a long enough time, using a variety of products, and you would think I would learn when enough is enough, especially since I've used these products before. It's been longer that I've used the Design Essentials than it has been since I've used the Rizo's curls, but here we are making the same mistakes. All right, let's section this off. When I start brush styling, then I'll talk to you more then. All right, I did go in with a little bit more water once again. I just felt like my hair kind of needed it. But one thing that I did notice is that I couldn't really smell the scent of this product. I mean, maybe I could have if it was in my palms again, like in my hands, but once it's in my hair, I just smell this other side of my hair, the Design Essentials side. I even took the cap off and, you know, held it up to my nose, and I couldn't detect the scent. I'm just smelling, once again, the Design Essentials side. So the scent is very mild compared to the other. So far, my brush is gliding through. Does this have more slip than the Design Essentials side? I kind of think it might have just a tiny bit more slip, but both sides, like, you're not gonna have a problem with slip, I feel like, with either of these. Both of them, the brush is able to glide through pretty well. And that's funny though, that this side I would feel like maybe has a very slight advantage to slip, when I said the other side had more of a serum-like feel to it once I was like rubbing it in my hands. And usually I associate that with more slip, but not always. And like I said, there's not like a huge difference honestly for these. I'm trying not to snag these other sections that are already brush styled, but they're really wanting to just join the area that I am brush styling. All right, I don't think I have anything new to add. I'm going to finish brush styling this, including this top section that's kind of clipped away, and I'll come back and I'll show you as I'm like scrunching it what it's looking like. Okay, you guys, I am coming back just before I have this completely finished, but I will say I'm running into a few more snags on these front pieces here. I don't know if I went through it with my Tangle Teezer, and then when I would go to like section, you know, smaller sections for the brush styling here, I just felt like it was catching more. Some of it was actually not, and some of it I just felt like was dragging a little bit more. So maybe what I was saying before wasn't what you should take to heart. Are these videos even helpful to you guys? Sometimes I wonder as I'm making them. I'm like, what am I doing? Okay. Interesting. I feel like this side has more volume, at least at this point. Let me take this out. It could just be because I've most recently worked with this side, and whereas the other side, the Design Essentials side, has had more time to like fall a little bit. I'm going to scrunch this side again. You guys, should I go in with a little bit more mousse? I talked about it. I kind of planned for it with the Design Essentials side. I tried to plan for it with this side. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more on both sides. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. I'm not going to microplop though. I just don't think that's what my hair needs. I do think that my Design Essentials side looks more like bigger clumps, curl clumps, whereas this side is almost looking a little bit stringy. Hopefully that's not the case. What's your biggest pet peeve? Is it stringy hair? Is it frizzy hair? Is it over clumped curls? What's your biggest pet peeve? You guys, by the way, I'm going in with half a pump. I'm not sure. Probably my biggest pet peeve is whatever I'm dealing with that day, but because I was thinking it's gotta be these stringy curls. But then again, I'm thinking, you know, I really hate frizzy curls sometimes. If it's not like that functional frizz. All right, I cleaned off my hands, and now we're going to go in with the, ooh, I got a little bit more in my hand than I wanted to. I was trying to do a half a pump of the Rizos, and so I'm sure I won't be using all of this. This smells fresh, by the way, since I couldn't smell it before. Yeah, I know I'm not gonna be using all of this. Just a little bit, let's glaze it over. Just a little bit. Okay, I still got a lot on my hands. I'm gonna wipe that off, and then I'm going to take what I glazed over and scrunch that in. All right, so this is the Rizo side, and this is the Design Essentials side. Which one are you guys voting for is going to turn out the best? I'd love to know your thoughts. Now, I'm going to go diffuse this, and we'll see which one turned out the best. Okay, you guys. I was not really expecting these results. These were not the results I remember getting before. But let's take a look at this hair. Okay, this is the Design Essentials side. And what the curls look like underneath. And this is the Rizos. And once again, what the curls look like underneath. I'm going to show you the back then. First off, I want to say, if you guys hear a little pitter patter, my dog is in a pacing sort of mood, so he is walking back and forth, and you'll probably hear his little feet, his little nails on the floor, the hardwood floor. So, okay. What are my thoughts? Let's analyze each side. So once again, like the Design Essentials side, what I'm seeing first is volume, okay? I have good volume on the Design Essentials side. The second thing I'm seeing is frizz. I have quite a bit of frizz. I want to say there's frizz throughout, but I want to say that I feel like more of it is on the top area here. And then I also see good definition. And I see more of the definition, I feel like, on the underside. I got some really pretty curls down here, so I think there's potential, a little bit more potential, but I wish it was looking a little bit more like cohesive, the underside and the top side. But it doesn't look bad. I mean, I could make this work and everything, but it's just the top doesn't look quite as good, quite as polished as I like. Do I see any shine? I'm not really seeing too much shine. I mean, it's not like dull looking exactly. My hair just looks natural, I would say, but no enhanced shine really, in my opinion. But I feel like I remember having more shine. I feel like I remember having less frizz the first time I did this. I probably have already linked the videos in the cards above, but I will also have them down below in the description for you guys to watch or click on and watch there. Either way, whichever is more convenient for you guys. so you can see my actual reactions to them when I'm using them or when I'm reviewing them for you the first time. Now I think about that though, I don't think I have a video on the Rizo's Curls one. I think I just kind of included a little snippet of that in my full like Rizo's Curls video, but I'll leave that linked in the cards and down below as well. So moving on to the Rizo side, first thing I see, volume. So same way, I see a lot of volume. Second thing I see, a good bit of frizz. Okay, we're gonna be honest, a good bit of frizz. I do have decent definition. I feel like it is more cohesive on the bottom and the top, but that's also because I feel like my frizz is a little more worked throughout a little bit more evenly. I don't have as much spiral, I feel like, on the Rizo's Curls side. I feel like I do have some spirals, but I don't feel like as much of it is as spirally as it is on the Design Essentials side. So as far as the moisture, you guys, they both feel about the same. Like I can't tell any differences right now at this point as far as the moisture. So those are my day one thoughts on this. I'm going to check back on day 2 and let you know, or see what else has developed and let you know which one's my favorite. So I will see you in 24 hours. All right, curl friends, I am back for the day 2 portion of the This or That, where I have the Design Essentials Almond and Avocado mousse on this side, or foam. It is a foam-like consistency. This is what the curls are looking like. And then I have the Rizo's Curls Curl Defining Mousse, which is a foam-like consistency as well, on my right side. So let me actually, all my hair wasn't brought around, so there we go. Let's get into, actually let me show you the back of my hair and then we'll get into the details of each side. All right, I want to start off with the fact that I actually went and rewatched my videos that I had referenced before for the Design Essentials and the Rizo's Curls. Now the Rizo's Curls one, I didn't focus much on the mousse. That was just like a little clip that I put in. And I realized there was something that I had not remembered correctly. And that was the fact that I didn't use the foam just as itself, just as a single styler. I had mentioned that I had paired it with the light hold gel at the time. So like I said, I remembered that differently, and so I would go with what the video says because, you know, I'm trying to remember from like a year ago, and apparently I don't have that clear of a memory. So anyways, let me adjust my mirror here, but that would explain maybe why I'm getting different results than what I remember getting, because when I look back at that video, I do remember those type of curls, more defined curls, more just less frizz overall, a little bit more curl definition as well, I would say. So now it totally makes sense to me why my hair looks completely different from what I remember in the past, because I styled it differently than what I did in the past. Now, to be fair, neither of these products claim to have like amazing hold. They are both a softer hold finish. Now, my hair on the Rizo side, first of all, let's look at the claims of this. It says it's supposed to control frizz, boost shine, and enhance your hair's natural texture. I would say it has not done either of those 3 things, but I will say it has given me the volume. I have plenty of frizz throughout. There's not nearly as much shine, natural shine, because my hair is as frizzy as it is, so that just kind of masks any shine that there might have been. As far as my natural texture, my texture is looking very frizzy today, so I don't think it lived up to its claims, except for when I paired it with that gel. As I was saying before, when I paired it with that gel, the soft hold gel, I absolutely loved my results, which I find odd because also looking at that video, the main portion of that styling video is I had paired that gel with the leave-in conditioner, and I feel like my results look more like what I have today. My leave-in conditioner plus the light hold gel look more like what I gotten today than when I paired the Rizo's mousse with the light hold gel. And so it's totally bizarre. Now I will say today this feels like it has lost a bit of its moisture. It feels like it's getting a little bit more dry on me. Not bad, not terrible, but it definitely feels like by day 4 she's going to be on the dry side. So I may have to go in and re-moisturize, but honestly later I am going to actually be pulling this up in a messy bun. I have another job that I have to go to, and so it just needs to be up and out of my face, because honestly When this hasn't been, I've been doing a lot the last yesterday and today. So earlier today, this was hanging in my face a lot, so I did clip it back a little bit. And then yesterday I was outside doing, we were actually hauling corn, or we weren't hauling it, we were loading corn onto the semi and truck. It was windy, it was cold. I did have my hair up in the bonnet, but to be truthfully honest, that bonnet kept slipping and sliding around in my face, and I don't know that it was the best option. Anyways, I did move it and rough it around maybe a little bit more than what I would have otherwise if I would have just been inside, but you know, that's living life and everything like that. Okay, let's move on to the design essential side. Claims of this is supposed to provide moisture, curl definition, frizz control, and strength with the proteins in it. So I can say, it also says natural looking sheen. Compared to my Rizo side, I would say this has natural looking sheen. This looks natural. I talked in my video with the design essentials foam using this product that the difference between sheen is supposed to be more natural and subtle looking versus shine is supposed to be a little bit more bold and apparent. So I would say yes, this has a natural looking sheen. I think this has decent volume as well. Is it as much as the Rizo side? No. Do I have decent definition? Yes. For a single styler, I have decent definition. There are a few spots where I feel like the curls maybe got a little wonky, a little stretched out, but not bad. Is the hold great? No. It does feel a little bit better on the design essential side than it does on the Rizo's curl side. And I think a good portion of that has to do with the protein. It's going to provide structure for my finer curls, and structure can also lend itself to hold for my curl pattern. So is it loads of hold? No, but it does provide some hold, and that also does help with the frizz control, that structure to my curls. Hydrated? Yes, my hair still feels very hydrated. It still feels like it did yesterday. It's very soft. So yeah. Overall, can you guys guess which one I like better? It's the design essential side. Yes, I definitely like how this side is working for me better today. Now, would I like it as good as if I had gotten the results that I thought I had originally gotten with this mousse or foam? I don't know. I can't say. I can't determine that because I didn't do the test how I thought I had originally done it. All in all, I don't think the Rizo's Curls is a bad mousse or foam. I just think it needs to be paired with something else. I don't think it is a single styler worthy product. And I don't always use products in my this or that videos as single stylers, but sometimes when I want to take a closer look at what a product does, I choose to use it as a single styler just so we can isolate what it does and what it gives to the hairstyle and what it doesn't. Now for the design essentials Almond Avocado Mousse, I do think that this could work well for a lot of people. You just kind of have to work with it for what your curl type is. If you have a softer finish, if your hair is more fine and more or less dense, I want to say, you know, this might be too heavy, or you might be able to use it as a single styler. Because of the protein in here, this will lend to some structure for your curls like I've talked about, and therefore you might find that you're okay with a more soft and pliable finish or a softer hold. What do I want to say, a flexible hold? That's what I want to say, a flexible hold. If you have more medium to coarse hair, more of a rougher finish, you might be able to use this. You might be able to use this as a single styler, and you might have to pair it with something else. You may prefer more moisture, I don't know. Or you might find that the moisture is fine on this, but you just like a little bit more hold and your hair can handle, layering this product with something else. It all depends on your preference, but I think it could potentially work well for anyone. Either way, neither of these products weighed my finer curls down, and I'm happy to see that, but I definitely like my Design Essentials Almond and Avocado Mousse side better. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And until I see you again in the next video, have a great day. Bye.